Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. This is your latest football news and I'm Mark Goldbridge, and I tell you what, I want to start off with VAR. Now, this may not rock your boat, but it should rock your footballing world. I look around this Sunday morning, and there's lots to talk about, but I look around this Sunday morning at various news outlets and I see very little, if anything, about the shocking calls we saw yesterday. And I think that, fans get accused of being sensationalist about absolutely everything, but it feels to me now that the only conversation about the officiating in the Premier League is with fans. You have it in the pub, you have it at school, you have it at college, you have it at work. Isn't it awful? How was that a penalty? Why wasn't that a red card? Why was that not given as offside or offside, whatever? How is that not a penalty for a handball? What's a red card? The conversation around football has become bigger because of VAR, but it's not a conversation that hits the mainstream or the news outlets. It's because PGMOL have a very good relationship with the radio stations and the TV stations, and they meet up every couple of weeks. And can we keep it quiet, please? Can we protect ourselves? Can we protect this dictatorship? But the question is, dictatorships survive by unity and protection. The game is disintegrating. It's getting worse. I remember some of the outrages I've had about VAR 18 months ago. And here we are 18 months later, still seeing these decisions. And I said it 18 months ago. If we tolerate it, our children will be next. And they are going to live with this as well as we live with it, because nothing gets done about it. Howard Webb should be sacked. I don't like to see anybody sacked. And if Howard Webb wants a conversation about why he shouldn't be sacked, then maybe come on, That's Football, or I'll go down London, we'll have a chat. But I look at it as the head of an organisation that is not fit for purpose and hasn't been fit for purpose for a long time. You should be sacked as an example. Somebody else should come in and say, I'm going to clean it up. But the Premier League, the richest league in the world, the most watched league in the world, actually has an officiating setup that is incompetent, ridiculous, scandalous, terrible, and nothing gets done about it. How can we project the beautiful game, the integrity of the beautiful game, and all the things that come with it? Players were taking the knee yesterday for very important reasons, and yet, and there's all sorts of charities and everything that the Premier League work with fantastically, and yet the integrity of the officiating in the game is worse than amateur football. Worse than amateur football. Definitely worse than amateur football. So, and it's not going to change. And fans are being kept like mushrooms in the dark, fed on shit. It's disgusting. And nobody's being done anything about it because the dictatorship at the top, the big people, the clubs, the media, and the PGMOL and the Premier League are just going, well, nothing will happen. We're in control. Nothing will happen. There's nothing to oost them. There's nothing to motivate them to do better at their job. And I look at it this week and I go, you know what? All right, Liverpool are going to win the league. But does that make it okay then? Oh, it's in April where the league's already sewn up, so it doesn't matter that the Arsenal penalty that Everton got was given. Oh, Liverpool are going to win the league anyway, so it doesn't matter that Tarkowski didn't get sent off for an assault. These two incidents, and there are more. It's not just the big incidents. I watch games and I'm like, the saddest thing about modern football to me is that there is a bigger conversation about stylistically football as well. I thought Villa against Forest last night was a good game because it was open. There was loads of chances in the second half. It was a really good advert for football. But most football's not played like that now. It's slow, it's robotic, it's system-led, it's pragmatic, it's trying passing through the lines. So football has a bit of an identity problem there, but that's separate to this. I watch a game of football now. I think 20 years ago, I knew what a handball was, I knew what a red card was, and I knew what offside was. And sometimes it wouldn't get given because we didn't have VAR, but I knew it was an injustice, it was human error. VAR is not the problem. It's the people running it. VAR gives you the information. What the problem is the people with the information don't know what to do with it. So Tarkowski's red card should have been picked up by the on-field. You don't need VAR for that, by the way. I saw it in real time and I thought he's in trouble here. Referee on the pitch bottles it. VAR gets all the angles, all the slow-mos, all the facial expressions in 4K, still doesn't give a red card. That's not VAR's fault. They're sort of like going, hey, here's all the angles, here's all the replays, do your job. AI would have given Tarkowski a red card based on past red cards. They'd have the power to do that. They'd have the information to do that. The penalty for Everton yesterday, I mean, look, the amazing thing about this was Everton players didn't even react for it. And yet the referee decides in his infinite wisdom to give one of the softest penalties we've seen in all season. And then VAR goes, we're not going to do our job here because it wasn't clearly and obviously wrong. It wasn't clearly and obviously wrong, so we won't get involved. Mate, what do you mean it wasn't clearly and obviously wrong? It's not a bloody penalty, so it's wrong. But there is a bit of contact. Mate, come on. If that's what the PGMOL are going to lie about and hide behind, well, it was soft, but it wasn't clearly and obviously not a penalty. Nonsense. We've actually had public press releases from the Referees Association in the last few years about soft penalties being stopped. And then we go and get a penalty that's softer than an ant's fart given yesterday. And look, Liverpool are going to win the league anyway. But that doesn't make it okay. And I think that, we might get a few Everton fans going, it's a penalty, but you're missing the point. And this is a really big point. Next week, it'll happen to you because it happens to everybody. I remember beating Arsenal in the FA Cup in January. One of the worst officiating performances I've ever seen across the whole game. He was dreadful. We still beat them. And Arsenal fans were going, I don't think he was that bad. And I was like, shut up. Because it's going to come back on you at some point and you're going to want everyone else to go, yeah, that's outrageous. Yes, it benefited Arsenal in that game and it benefited Everton this week. But it will come against Everton at some point and then Everton fans will be going, it's a joke. Everyone agree with us. And we will agree with you. But you've got to take your red tinted glasses on. There's a Manchester derby today. We might get something go against us because of VAR. We might get something go for us because of VAR. But I'm quite open about it now. If we get a dodgy penalty today, I'll say thank you very much. That's shocking. Because I'm so fed up. I'm so fed up of the officiating in this country. But I feel that we are now left as fans to just deal with it. It's like football poverty. The rich at the top, they're getting rich, and we are at the bottom. You've got to get on with it. We are better than you. You've just got to deal with it. You are the peasants, because that's what I feel we've been turned into. I think the powers, and it's sad that nobody would do anything about it. This is where you need, your Gary Nevilles, the Prime Minister of Football, to actually be a person of the people, which I don't think anybody in power is. And that's not just Gary Neville, Gary Lineker, Jamie Carragher. I could list off loads of people that have platforms, but won't do it. Football fans now are being neglected and they're being treated appallingly. Like, what's a red card now? Tell me in the chat, what is a red card now? Can you honestly watch a game of football today, tomorrow, or next week and tell me what's definitively a red card? What's definitively a handball? You can't tell me. So we've lost that because you don't know. You don't know what's a penalty. What is a penalty now? Sometimes you see somebody get chopped down. Sometimes you see, a soft one like that. The game has become pantomime. You can't predict it anymore. It's been taken away from us. And they're not going to do anything about it, which is really sad. Sorry, I'm choking here. It's really sad. And I don't see a solution anymore. All I see is more moaning from us, because we are moaning, because we're frustrated, but we're right. But they're not going to do anything about it. In any other organisation, people would be getting the sack. Get your comments in. Let me know your thoughts. Smash a like on the video and subscribe. I'll speak to you on the next one.